Well, I've had quite a difficult time deciding what to tackle next as far as fall projects are concerned. But today and yesterday, it's going to be this south wall. Yesterday, I started by taking out the tomatoes from the green bucket here. I did mostly chop and drop. I took most of the leaves and the little branches, crumpled them in. The large branches I will put in the compost. Right now, I have to bring this ginger plant in, but I have to figure out how to sanitize it a little more before that. So it came from this raised bed, which is the main task for today. And I don't know if you can see that. That is where a vole, tunnels and sleeps under the warmth of the plant. This is a pepper plant that they defoliated. This is a ginger plant that I need to harvest because that went in the summer, and that is a lost cause artichoke. So, speaking of voles, primary thing we have to do here is pick this up. Oh, first take the dirt out of it, pick it up, line it with the fencing, and also flatten it out because there is some low spots in the back there, and then put it back together. Now, one thing about raised beds, if you're able bodied, you don't have to fill it up all the way. If it's touching the soil, the plant will use that as a resource. So I'm using this raised garden bed specifically for the rodents that like to jump up and in the past go under, but we're going to solve that. So the rodents, mainly the rabbits that would have been jumping up and nibbling on the plants. The deer pretty much stay out of the area closest to the house, so this is pretty safe from deer browse. But this also allows me to make a hoop covering if that was necessary, because it already has this raised space. I could also make this into some kind of early propagation area since it has a wind buffer from the spring chills. But those are all projects for another day. Today, we gotta rip this up. So here's where I've already weeded some stuff out and made a little bit of a clearing. The artichokes are gonna be chopped and dropped. The celosia, I'm gonna let the seeds fall and maybe it will reseed. This pepper plant is supposed to be a sweet pepper that did not give me any fruit this year, but it's a healthy plant, gave me a lot of flowers in the end, so I am going to save it. I've already defoliated it, so here's the stump that I need to pick up, and that's the plan for there. And last is this lavender bush. I just want to give it a little trim, dry it up, and leave the plant to grow more nicely next year. The artichoke I'll chop and drop after I finish this project back into the bed. And I also have these lilies that need to be tended to. Let's get that ginger out. I'm going to dig in just a little bit so that the mesh is sitting firmly in the ground. It's not 100% level, but that really doesn't matter. It's enough for our purposes. And also I went around the perimeter and I folded up the fencing just, I guess there's an extra deterrent, hopefully. Now we're going to fill it up. Woohoo! There's only about 3 inches of soil in here, and that's plenty for the plants. They can send their roots down to the soil below. I'm trying to really take the chop and drop seriously. All these leaves are good, but I'm keeping the larger stalks, rhizomal roots of the daisies out and into. I'm not even going to compost the daisy. I'm just going to throw that somewhere where I don't want to ever see it again. But this bed is a wrap. On to the smaller project down there. The rest of this should go pretty quickly. I just have to dig up that pepper, chop and drop the artichokes. Oh, these other peppers. The jalapenos, I gotta pick those. And I don't think I'm saving that plant. I have another plant I'm saving instead. I always like to watch a video or two before I get into these kinds of projects, and I'm glad I did because apparently it's too late for me to be pruning this lavender. Now, ideally, I should have done this in September, early fall, or even in midsummer. But I do still want to take some stuff out because I don't really need growth coming out to the grassy area. So if I do trim this and it doesn't grow back, that's fine. So I will do that, and I'll take maybe just the extra tall ones down and give some more airflow in the middle, and that will be it. So this will be a super fast job today. Well, it felt good to get all that done. And it's only midday, so it's still plenty of sunlight to get more work done because it's going to be raining this weekend and we don't have frost coming yet, but it's getting there. We're starting to dip into the 30s next week, so time is precious. We have a lot of sweet potatoes to dig up, which I'm going to wait till next week to do because that's a big job. But for now, I'm going to clean up a little bit more as much as I can where I can. All right, I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.